mic on here.
Hey, how you guys doing?
Good. We were just talking to Kevin Steele. We don't get an opportunity to talk to him much, but as a guy that's been through so many battles and coached so many defenses, how valuable is it to have a resource like him coaching you each and every day?
I would say it's a great aspect to have a guy like Kevin Steele, who has been around the game for a long time. It's a guy that I feel like as a defense we can trust and believe in everything that he say to us.
In your preparation for Michigan, we were just talking to J.J. McCarthy a little earlier this morning. Really confident kid. What's some things he does on film that might give you guys some issues in secondary?
I feel like he's a great quarterback. I feel like he make all the good throws. He can fit the ball into wherever he need to fit the ball into. I feel like his ball placement is very good. I feel like he can make every throw on the field.
Kool-Aid, Coach Saban's known for being really sharply dressed. If you were a coach, what would your game be?
Coach changes. He wears a suit, like a fashionable suit. On Friday walkthroughs, he have on the color suit, but on the game day, he only have on like plain, basic, just ready to get the job done, fit.
What would you wear?
What would I wear?
Yeah.
I probably wear all black.
Coach Steele said he thought that Coach T-Rob could be a head coach in the near future. I know you guys have gotten really close with him this year. Would you agree with that?
Yes, I'm very confident in Coach T-Rob. He's a guy that I be around a lot. By him being my secondary coach, I believe everything that he say. I know that he will never lead me in the wrong way. Just very thankful that I was able to play for Coach T-Rob, man. I'm very thankful for him, love him to death.
When did Caleb Downs make the jump where you really said this kid's not really even a freshman, considering how professional he's been?
I would say I finally felt that way about Caleb around fall camp. Just seeing the way he was handling himself, and everyone know fall camp is very tough, and just seeing how he was taking care of his body, making sure that he was doing all the right things so he can go out there and practice day in, day out in hard, tough circumstances at a high level.
Kool-Aid, Malachi was mentioning that Coach Saban kind of spent a lot of time in the DB room going over tape and being able to point out some really small intricacies about the position, helping coach you guys up. Is there anything that really stands out that he's taught you specifically that you haven't heard anywhere else?
I would say Coach Saban, one thing that I really took in from Coach Saban is, just playing press and just different press techniques. I would say that he taught me over time, just me being here, whether it's playing hard jam, whether it's tough jam, whether it's mirroring the receiver, just having different tools in your bag, because we understand that every receiver is different and every cornerback is different also. So I might match up with a receiver differently than another guy on the team. So I might have to use a lot of hard jam or a lot of tough jam on the receiver, then another guy might play him best by just playing mirror or just playing in front of him. So, just learning from him that you have to understand your body and who you are as a corner, and also understand the receiver that you're facing and tie it all together, and that'll make you be good at corner for that game.
How long did it take you to develop those skills? When did that really start to click?
I feel like it really started to click for me last year, and understanding like the receivers I was saying, to understand the techniques and the tools that I had. I feel like when I first got here, he was teaching me the tools, and I was getting the tools down pat. I feel like the year after that, I was able to use the tools and know when to use which tool that I needed for a specific play, specific down and distance, or a specific player.
You guys got a commitment last night from Damani Jackson. I think he was hanging out with you guys at practice yesterday. What is he going to bring to this Alabama secondary next year?
I feel like he's a good player. I've seen him play a couple times. Can't wait to have him in with us next year. I feel like he's a lone guy. He understands the game, and he's just a good player.
First time we've had a chance to talk to you since the state championship games. I know you have a relationship with Jalen and Bakwe. I saw you hugging him after they won the state championship. What's it been like getting a former relationship with him? It could be Mr. Football in the state of Alabama, and how cool is it that he's coming to play for you guys next year?
Very excited to get him in with us next year. I knew Jalen since he was a kid, and I also was a kid too, not that much, very older than him. But I just watched him grow up and watch him develop and become the player that he is today. I could say that just watching Jalen as a kid, I always knew that he'll be here this day.
That game in particular, him and Ryan Williams basically just trading blows in a state title game in Bryant Denny, their future home. What does that say about the state of football at Alabama?
I feel like the football in the state of Alabama don't get all the knowledge that we should get or all the exposure that we should get. So I feel like if people go back and watch that game right there, they can see that we got 2 players just going at it. And it happened a lot all throughout the state all year long. That just game was just on the biggest stage when it was very important and can show that we really have players that can play and help us get better exposure for kids in the state of Alabama.
How much has Terry and Arnold improved from last year to this year?
I love the way Terrion put his head down this year and worked and improved as a player and as a teammate, as a person and all. Terrion is my brother. Very excited to have him on the other side. I feel like he works very hard. He listens to anybody. He can be anybody talking to him. Terrion will sit there and listen and take heed to what you're saying. So just very excited and happy to be on the other side of him and happy the player that he's becoming.
What's it been like going up against Isaiah Bond in practice? I know he's really stepped up as a playmaker for you guys the last 2 or 3 games.
Going against IB is very exciting at practice. I mean, he's a different skill set than a lot of receivers that you will face in the world. I feel like he have a special skill set to himself because he can run and he can also run routes. You don't meet many guys who can run fast and run good crease routes. So just going against a guy like that is very good to face at practice.
What are some of the pointers or advice you've been able to give to some of the early signees that came out?
Some of the early signees that we have that's been practicing with us, I've just been trying to tell them to make sure that they're learning the playbook for one. I feel like they should take this time and this first time before we go into spring practice next year just to learn the plays and learn exactly what to do and just dumb it down for themselves so they can be able to play fast and physical when that time comes this spring.
You got to play in the college football playoff as a freshman a couple of years ago. Have you talked to Caleb Downs about that at all, about the atmosphere and how big that kind of stage is?
No, not really. I haven't had an opportunity to talk to him about it yet.
How would you describe the closeness of this Alabama team in comparison to other Alabama teams that you've been a part of?
I would just say this is not an Alabama team. This is an Alabama brotherhood. I feel like we are all brothers here. We love each other to the most. I feel like a teammate, you love them, of course, you happy to play with them. But a brother, you're going to play harder for and you're going to love the most. I'll play harder for my brother than I play for a guy that's just picked on my team, if you get what I'm saying. So it's a big difference between that. You know, I'm just happy to be a part of this Alabama brotherhood and who we are and who we're becoming and, you know, just very happy to be with these guys.
And how does that help on a stage like this?
It help a lot. Like I was just telling you, you'll naturally play harder for your brother and want to win with your brother than you'll want to win with a guy that's just someone put on your team. I mean, your brother or your teammate, you're going to always pick your brother regardless. So just us being a brotherhood is very important and it's going to help us a lot at this stage.
Seems like this year and every year there's talks about, oh, Coach Saban, could this be the last one? I talked to some of your teammates. They said he's not slowing down. You just got a big commitment yesterday. What have you seen out of Coach? You've been here a little bit now, and is there any sign of slowing down?
I see no sign of slowing down at all. I feel like Coach Saban is Coach Saban. I feel like the way how healthy he is, I feel like I don't see him slowing down no time soon.
And how lucky have you been to be around Chris Davis in high school, Coach Saban, who likes the defensive side of the ball, and some really good defensive coaches like Kevin Steele as well?
You know, just starting as a senior at Pinson with Coach Davis it helped me a lot get to the point I am now because a lot of the things that he was teaching me back in high school I need to know before entering college. I feel like he was a big help to my game, and it was just crazy that the things that he was teaching me in high school was the same things that as soon as I got to Alabama, I was learning the same things. So just already knowing those things, I feel like helped me become a better player.
Like the personality of this team, how is it maybe different from maybe the last 2 teams you've had seen around here?
Well, it's just hard to say. I mean, every team is different, like you said. I mean, but I just feel like this team, like I've been saying, is a brotherhood, man. I mean, I feel like we love each other. I feel like we always there for each other. And it's more like we're brothers and teammates. That's what I would say the most.
You say that's improved this
Yes.
season. How have you guys gone about improving that?
It just happened naturally, man. We just love each other, man, and became a brotherhood and just always there for each other. I wouldn't say that it just happened like because we forced it or made it happen. I'll just say it just naturally happened and we naturally came together like this.
the term iron sharpens iron. What has that been like playing against, they say some of the biggest moments are at practice at Alabama. How has it been going up against Jalen Milroe and some of the receivers? How have you seen the progression this year?
I would say that's the main outcome of coming to Alabama is iron sharp iron. You know you're gonna be going against the best every day in, day out. So you have to bring your A game, day in and day out. Because the other guy, he want your best and you want his best. So you guys got to bring each other the best for that rep. And I feel like iron sharp iron don't do nothing but make each other even more better. So I just feel like that's the main reason that you come to Alabama is because iron sharp iron.
Have you seen Milroe improve this year? I mean, it's been an up and down year, but he's top 6 in the Heisman after the end of the year. It's not about how you start, right? It's how you finish.
Yes, for sure. It's definitely not how you start. It's about you finish. I'm very proud of Milroe. I talk to him a lot, hug him, make sure I'm a big brother for him, and just make sure that I'm telling him that we follow his lead. He's the quarterback of this team, and the way that he rock is the way that we rock. We had no choice but to follow him and be behind him and be brothers to him. So I just do a good job of trying to make sure I let him know that this your team, brother. Like, we follow you. However you going, that's how we going. However you stepping, that's how we stepping. That's just how it is here.
What's your favorite flavor of Kool-Aid?
Pink lemonade.
Appreciate it.
Good. What's it been like getting a chance to play under Kevin Steele this year and what he's brought to the defense?
I feel like having a guy like Coach Steele around was a very important factor for us because he's been around so much football. He's seen a lot, he's done a lot, been around a lot of different defenses. So I feel like by him knowing and having all that information in his brain, us being able to pick off of it is very important and very key person just to have around the team.
Malachi said that he felt like he's kind of brought the Bama standard back. What memories do you have throughout the season of kind of Coach Steele trying to implement that back into the culture?
I would say just like, when Coach Steele talked to us, man, he talked to us and just let us know how we should be as a team and how we should play as a defense and how fast and how physical we should play. And just seeing the energy that he brings is just make us want to play like that and make us want to do the things that he's saying we should do and how we should do it.
Speaking of Malachi, somebody who's kind of gone through injuries throughout his career and he's kind of having a great year as a senior. What's it been like to kind of play alongside him? What type of leader has he been in the secondary?
I've been knowing Malachi a very long time. We come from the same area. Just having a guy like him around, a guy that's from where I'm from and got here a year before me, he was just always a guy that I can always depend on, a guy I can ask questions, a guy that I can trust and believe in everything that he says. So that's always just how he been ever since before we even got to Alabama. So he's always been a guy I can trust, and just having that bond with him before we got here just made our bond grow bigger and made us grow into brothers. I feel like I can trust him with anything. So just having a guy like that on the field with me that I know that I can trust is very important.
You speak to that bond before Alabama. Just kind of what early memories do you have of him, maybe from high school or youth football? Kind of what stick out to him even at that age?
Well, we played against each other a lot in high school, so we always knew each other just because he was a high prospect, I was too. So just we already knew each other, and so when we was able to get to meet each other, it just automatically connected, and we were just happy to get to meet each other, and it became a bond, and he became one of my brothers. So just very glad that I was able to get to know him.
JJ McCarthy, does he stand out a whole lot as compared to some of the other quarterbacks you've played in the SEC this year?
Yes, I feel like JJ stands out a lot. I feel like he can make all the throws on the field. I feel like he have good ball placement, and I feel like the coaches do a good job of making sure that they put him in the best position for the team that matches skill set. So I feel like he's a good player.
What about Samaj Morgan? He's kind of a late bloomer this year, but he's still a true freshman. He gets a lot of different looks, returns some punts, jet sweeps, things like that. Have you guys seen a whole lot from him on tape?
Yes, we've seen him. He's a good player too. Very electric. can make plays, and very confident when the ball is in his hand.
Roman Wilson, Cornelius Johnson, usually lining up on different sides of the field, both bring very different skill sets. Is there something that you guys are preferable matchups for you guys, or is it kind of just whoever gets each receiver?
Yeah.
Same game plan.
We're normally like whoever get whichever receiver. Their receivers do a good job of moving around left and right, slot outside. So we just whoever come to us, that's who we'll be guarding. I feel like they're a good receiver, Corey. Their coaches also do a good job making sure that they're running routes and doing route concepts that match their skill sets, and also with having a good quarterback like JJ that can make tough throws and got good ball accuracy is very important and makes them a good receiver core.
Jalen Milroe's been a big part of this season, obviously. Do you have a favorite Jalen Milroe story that you can share, either on the field or off the field?
We have a lot of stories. Can't just really think of one right now that just come off the top of my head. Trying to see. No, I can't really think of one right now.
You guys see Colston Loveland creating any matchup problems?
Yeah, I feel like he's a good player. And their coach also do a good job of maximizing his potential and using his skill set to what best helps the team the most and help them make plays. So I feel like he's a good player too.
Compared to some of Alabama's previous squads, this one is actually crazily a little inexperienced in the playoff, because usually you come in and it's year after year after year. So what have the coaching staff told you guys to help kind of prepare for this moment and what it's going to be like?
Well, I would say they haven't really just told us nothing about like in that type of way. We look at every game as a big game, no matter who we're playing. So we look at this game like another game. We'll go out there and do our job and make sure that everybody's just playing fast and physical and reading their keys. We don't look at games like one game is bigger than another or one environment is bigger than another. We just play every game like we play.
To the run game, Michigan likes to run the ball a lot and pretty much only run the ball if it can. Anything from the secondary that you guys are doing differently from maybe previous games to try to get ready for Michigan's rushing attack?
No, not really. We're just going out there, doing the same thing we do as a secondary. We still got to read our keys. We still got to respect the deep part of the field, and we still got to respect JJ's arm. I feel like I said he can throw the ball very well, so we can't just, as a secondary, get our eyes, have bad eyes, and just get the read looking at the quarterback and just get the plan thinking it's going to be a run. We have to follow our keys, and just make sure that we're doing our job. Like I said, every 11 player each 11 player on the field have their own job, and I feel like that's what we got to do. If your job is to do this, you have to do that. If your job is to do this, you have to do that. Can't worry about nobody else's job. Just do your job and read your keys.
It's the first season Deontay's been full-time in the middle of the defense, calling the defense. How have you seen him grow from the beginning of the season to now?
I feel like D-Law is a great middle linebacker. I feel like he do a good job of just making sure that we're all on the same page, and he do a good job of we'll jump it up to making a call, and we all get on that one page and we all execute that call. I feel like he took his time and learned from Henry and learned from Chris Harris. Just learned from some good players, and now it's showing that he's a good player. So, and that's how it is here at Alabama. You have to learn from someone, then it'll eventually be your time to show you. So, and I feel like that's what makes Alabama a good program, because you come behind guys and you learn from other guys and take heed from other guys, and eventually your turn will come, and then someone will be learning from you, and they keep going, so on, so on, so on.
All right, that'll do it for the Alabama media.
Those people for me, I would say, was Jalen Lamar Davis, Jordan Battle, and DeMarco Hellum.
Appreciate it, Kool-Aid.
Thank you.